one. What is up, Big PP Nation? It's me, your boy, Young God of Calamity here with my boy, Tom Bombadillo. And for 5 cents, I don't know what I'll do actually. Huh, that's the first. What should I do? I'll pour soy sauce in my ramen. Fuck it. Yeah. What's up?
Sorry, I'm stuck in thought. I'm Tom Bombadillo. What's going on?
I asked him a serious question before this, and now he's lost. But, we got to get on to the actual topic. I'm actually undoing this topic because that's just annoying as fuck.
I'm gonna Google it while you introduce our topic because it's bugging me
It's
now.
BEWM, BOOM.
Because now I gotta know. I beat Borderlands 2 so many times. I gotta know who this is.
But we are doing the main character episode. Now there are rules to this. It is literally the main character to that specific series. So like for Naruto, it is not Sasuke is the main character. Fuck all you guys. The show's called Naruto for a fucking reason, you dweebs.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's called Naruto for a reason. It's like he's the main character and the story's about him or some shit. It's wild, right? Crazy. Unethical, if you may say.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I told you.
Okay, yeah.
But either way, we're going on the MC train, and we're about to shit on all your favorites, because that's what we do here at Chaotic Discord. We bring the chaos, and we sow discord. Not really,
Okay.
just because this was on Discord originally.
And now it's all in person.
Bro, that first episode was absolute dog shit, considering I
The first
did.
episode is hysterical.
Bro, I did that over the phone. That was so bad.
I love that.
Only on Spotify.
I love that the first episode is titled Naruto versus Boruto, and we talk about it for 15 minutes, and we've never mentioned Naruto again.
It is. You want to know why?
Because
It's only on Spotify.
Because Boruto sucks.
And no one listens to our Spotify.
And there's a hot take for you for your first main character. Boruto sucks.
Yeah, I agree with you all. I did not like I said, I've watched past the Chunin exams. I watched when like Naruto was fighting the Utsuki clan.
Yeah.
And I just was like, I got up to that and it went back to that one fucking scene, back to that same fucking episode of like Choji's daughter with a fucking model for the actor, and it pisses me off whenever I see that. I'm just I don't want this. Why are you showing this episode 4 times in the span of like 70 episodes? Like, that's dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Learn how to actually, stop writing the same fucking script. I'm sorry. The illustrator and creator of Naruto's, for Boruto, he gave up on the script. I don't care. That is my hottest take for today. Boruto,
I don't think so.
Script writing,
I think we're gonna get hotter.
Giving up.
I think we'll get hotter.
Yeah, well, whatever. Alright, so, who is your favorite MC then?
Overall?
Overall.
Oh, that's... I wish I'd been thinking more about this in Walk Down. I should have.
Yeah. Because I have no idea who mine is, honestly. You know what?
I'm gonna give a top 3 from just like a just think about it quickly who I would think.
That's because I gotta make another 2.
Go to a Naruto or nowhere near the top 3. So
no,
I love them. There's so much nostalgia there. They suck as main characters.
Without a doubt.
I would put Luffy in my top 3 though. I love Luffy.
I would not.
I would. I like One Piece. I think Luffy's awesome. But that's just because
so you got Luffy. You got Luffy.
I don't know where I'd rank him. I'd have to do if I was gonna.
Yeah, you don't need to rank him at this point.
Luffy. Well, you say one, and then I'll think of another one.
Guts from Berserk.
I like it.
I love Guts. Guts is one of my favorite characters of all time. In fact, he's my #1 favorite character of all time because of the fact that this man's a bona fide badass. I just love his character development. The really impactful scenes for me wasn't when Guts was fighting. It was always the silent moments where Guts is reflecting on everything that he's done.
Yeah.
Those are the scenes where it just
I agree.
impacted so much, and I learned so many life lessons from Berserk. R.I.P. to the GOAT. Berserk, #1 all-time manga. I don't care what anyone else says, they're wrong. They're straight up fucking wrong. Berserk is #1 for a reason.
It's definitely up there. I put it in the top 3.
Oh yeah, I'd put it #1 easily. But you got another one besides Luffy?
I was thinking Ed from FMA, but I think Ed's just a little too normal for their storyline. He doesn't have a lot of
You won't be surprised at my next one.
There's impactful moments, but there's not as much impactful moments as you could pick from other main characters.
I beg to disagree, actually, for Ed. I feel like Ed had a lot of impactful moments. It just wasn't at the right time. And the issue is, always those impactful moments were followed by comic relief, which really ruined it. If it wasn't for the comic relief, I feel like it wouldn't ruin all of
They didn't try to take their serious moments serious enough. They tried to lighten them up too fast.
But I do think Ed had some of the best lines in that entire show.
Oh yeah, his lines.
His lines about life are so fucking heartfelt.
But I will say one of the things, when I first watched the show, I never understood the scene until I rewatched it when I was in my early 20s. The scene where they talk about the girl getting raped by the soldiers.
Oh
I did not understand
Rose.
that the first time, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that hit me like a ton of bricks.
Once you realize that, like, you're just like,
I was like, oh shit.
But
Because I did not realize that when I first watched it.
So, are you choosing Ed for your second?
No, I'm not gonna choose Ed. Part of me wants to choose Aladdin, but that's just because I'm rereading Magi.
Recency bias is a thing.
I would choose Aladdin. That's just because I'm rereading it. I really like him as the main character. I'm going Natsu.
Okay, alright. Why?
I think he's just a good main character. I think he's funny. He's got his like serious moments. He cares about his friends. He knows what he cares about.
You're just stating shonen protag.
He's a
my question is,
very normal shonen protag.
If we're including manga, would you choose Natsu or would you choose Haru from Raid Master?
Going off what?
If we're going off manga, would you choose Haru from Raid Master or Natsu from Fairy Tail? Now, this is by the same author, Hiro Mashima, so that's why I'm asking this specific question. In case you guys did not know.
Oh, man.
Because Raid Master, I think I prefer Raid Master over...
Raid Master...
I think Haru was a lot better because I saw Haru grow a lot more from the start, whereas Natsu always had that kind of toughness that Haru didn't have.
Yeah, I
feel like Haru definitely grew his backbone a lot.
Grew his backbone and got a lot stronger throughout the show.
Whereas Natsu was just like strong in the beginning and like strong, not strong like physically, but just like strong spiritually.
Yeah, I can agree with that, but I think this is where, and it's always going to come down to something like this. I read Fairy Tail first, and it's the nostalgia factor.
I feel you. I understand that. I read Raid Master.
Don't get me wrong.
Little side note about Raid Master and me. Raid Master was actually the first manga I ever finished, and that was completed. That was actually fully completed. Like it was the first one, and like, well, that was like, it was literally the first one that drew my attention because I saw it, and I'm just like, it blew my mind.
So good.
That was what hooked me on it, and also that feeling of reading a completed manga. There is no bittersweet feeling like reading a completed manga because you're just like, I want more, but it just wrapped up so beautifully that I can't ask for more. So I feel like my second one isn't really that surprising. It's Asta from Black Clover because he's my dude. He's so heartfelt in everything he does. You could go back. I rep for my boy Asta. Like, I think he's the epitome of what a top tier shonen protag should be.
Okay.
That's my number 2. I knew I had to put them in there.
Are you actually putting them in order? Like,
that's the actual like order. Okay. Asta's literally my number 2 favorite MC.
Mine's not in order because I don't know about how I would arrange it if I wanted.
Guts is always gonna be my number 1 because like.
So you're going backwards. So your next will be number 3.
Yeah.
So see, I'm trying to think of a good protag that's got good, like goes through an evil or like corruption arc and then gets redemption. Like I'm trying to think of a John from Webtoon's main character.
There's not really too many.
There's not too many in manga. Like that doesn't happen.
The issue is like all the ones with like those like protags that are like John normally just go straight to the evil side.
Exactly.
They don't get the redemption. They don't get the redemption arc to the end.
Well, they don't stay pure for 100 chapters and then slowly go bad and then are bad and then get redeemed.
Yeah.
Like it was it's a fucking 200 chapter journey for Unordinary.
Oh yeah, no.
If you haven't read it, we've already done Webtoon, so we won't talk about this. Go fucking read Unordinary. It's coming back in a month. I can't fucking wait.
I'm so excited. All right, so who's your number 3?
Number 3. There's so many protags out there. There's so many main characters left.
I think I know my number 3.
Do you really?
The issue is, like, I'm not sure if I would put him up here. I like his so I think I'm gonna put him here. And I'm gonna explain my reasoning. It's Gintoki from Gintama. Just because of the fact I love his character interactions with everyone around him. Gintoki's such an interesting character. And also, that speech about milk was so heartfelt. Like, you don't understand the milk speech because you never watched Gintama. But the milk speech is the greatest speech ever given in any anime.
Like it's about milk.
It's about milk. It's about milk, man. It is like literally life changing to hear his speech about milk. Go watch it. Watch the milk speech on YouTube by Gintoki. Like Gintoki, it's just Gintama is so fun. It's so funny. The character interactions with Gintoki are so great. But then there's also like those super serious moments when it has it, and like he's dead serious. Like he literally ran on speech about milk, and I'm just like, I never thought I'd be this passionate about milk, man. I never thought I'd be this passionate about that 2%.
So what's so important about milk in that show?
So it's actually just like something, he's using it as a metaphor for the entire speech, but like at the end he's just like, that's why I will always choose milk. And I'm just like, I have so many feelings that I can't just describe them in one sitting. Like,
So many.
I have so many feelings right now, and I love it. I love all of it. But, alright, you're number 3. I was really debating on putting Tanjiro there. I'm not gonna lie. Because
I don't think, like, it's a great show. It's definitely one of the best. I don't think he's that good of a main character.
That's not my thing. It's not about how strong Tanjiro is for me.
No,
I love his maturity. The serenity that Tanjiro exudes is amazing. I can look at a picture of Tanjiro and I'm just like, yeah, I feel calm now. Like, he's, to me, the picture perfect definition of, like, serenity in anime. That is how I see Tanjiro now, and I can't, because of the fact the anime did him so good at giving him those tranquil moments that it's just like, yes, we are one. We are one together,
I think
Tanjiro.
that's the thing, is they made him too mature from the start. They didn't give him any
I loved
progression in
it.
his maturity.
I loved it. I don't think he needed any. I think he needed progression in his strength, and that's what I loved, was seeing the progression of his strength. Because majority of the time, like Natsu, already strong.
Yeah, but he got stronger.
Yeah, but like I feel
But
like
his maturity is what.
his maturity.
But that's what I like.
The thing. Like
that's
I
what
want to
I
see.
like more. I like seeing the
I don't
maturity
care.
progression.
I like saying the issue is he came out the gate and it was beautiful to see finally not a main character that's just like, I will save you because this is my cause. Like, I didn't like that. I don't like those heroes. I don't like those stupid heroes. I'm sorry. Like, those heroes that are just like, yes, like Naruto. Like, I was lonely too. Like,
Yeah, that's why I didn't pick Naruto.
no fucking shit. Like, you're so fake with that shit. Like, Naruto's so fake with it because he's like, you were lonely too. I was lonely. We can bond over.
Here's our hot take.
Listen.
Naruto and Goku suck as main characters
Listen,
as well.
Naruto is an absolute dog shit of a main character.
Sasuke would have been a better main character.
Rock Lee would have been a better main character.
I wish we had a Rock Lee thing instead of.
I'd rather have a Rock Lee spin-off of Naruto than watch Boruto ever again. Actually, I'd straight up sacrifice Naruto for a Rock Lee spin-off.
We wouldn't have Rock Lee without Naruto.
But I'm throwing that out there. I would sacrifice the entirety of Naruto for
Naruto
Rock
is still
Lee.
good.
No, I'm saying this right now. This is another hot take I got.
This is hotter than the last.
This is a hot take
take.
episode. This is a hot take episode. But Naruto, if Rock Lee was the if they would have done Naruto until the point where like Rock Lee rolls in, and then Rock Lee takes over the main character, I would not complain. Because my boy pulled up with a bowl cut and wiped Sasuke on his ass in front of his squad. Sun Tzu, the first law of the art of war.
The first 40 episodes.
Do your enemy dirty in front of a squad.
The first 40 episodes of Naruto are just called Rock Lee, starring Naruto. And then after Rock Lee shows up, it's just called Rock Lee.
I love it. Let's do it. I want to see this.
So, on a hotter take, what's worse, Dragon Ball GT or Dragon Ball Kai?
Kai was just a redo.
Kai was a redo, but it was slightly different.
But like Kai was just stupid. There was no point in putting Kai there.
GT was so dumb.
See, the issue is I've really liked a lot of the GT power ups, and Omega Shenron was dope.
Omega Shenron was a good villain.
Baby,
I will give you that.
Baby,
I did not like Baby.
I like Baby,
I did not like
but
Baby.
also we had Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who was easily the most badass
It
character.
was not even canon.
Easily the most badass character. Actually, he's canon now.
No, because Super Saiyan 4 still isn't canon.
No, they made it canon.
Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is officially canon.
No, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is canon now.
I read up to date on Dragon Ball Supers.
I'm saying that
Super
literally
Saiyan 4
Toriyama said he was canon. I'm
Super
saying
Saiyan 4 is not canon.
I'm saying Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, literally said that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is canon. I'm sorry. I'm going to listen to the author on this one, even though Toriyama doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
Super Saiyan 4 is not canon, as Akira has said GT is a side story. That's from his interview.
Oh, did he say that? Was
Yeah.
that recent? Because he made a. I know they said that he made a new recent one that was.
This is from 2020. This is from January of last year. GT is a side story, so Super Saiyan 4
Where did I
is
read
not
that?
canon.
I read that Toriyama said that somewhere.
He has adamantly, throughout the years, referred to it as another story and not his own.
Yeah. You know, he says that, but he literally wrote that fucking story like a dumbass.
He wrote it, yeah.
It was really
But
bad.
no, Super Saiyan 4 is not canon.
Yeah, but-
Gogeta is officially canon.
I love Gogeta though. Gogeta's my favorite character.
But
I think
what I
Gogeta would be a better main character than fucking Goku.
What I will say is I love Super Saiyan 4 Goku because he becomes fucking merciless and a killing machine. He just
That's
kills
what-
and does not show any emotion about it.
And
He's just
finally, like Goku finally realized he pulled the Eren. He attacks during the transformation stage, which is like my biggest pet peeve with DBZ.
I will say if Frieza had just attacked during the 5-hour session that it took for Goku to transform into Super
It took him
Saiyan.
like 5 episodes. Like, you remember when what Vegeta was saying? Let me repeat it in case you did.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, that was so annoying.
Yes, Krillin dies, and then you relive Krillin's
But,
death for the next 5
hey,
episodes.
I'm gonna need your number 3 main character. You never gave it to me. You gave me Natsu, and you gave me your, what was your
Oh,
number?
okay, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with a hero that's kind of an anti-hero as well.
You're gonna go with Light?
I am.
I knew it. See,
Yeah,
I was honestly
I
surprised
needed-
you didn't say that
I
immediately.
needed one that wasn't a perfectly good hero. I needed one that was.
See, I was debating on Ken Kaneki, because I love Ken.
What show was that?
Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, okay.
I love Ken.
Ken.
I love Ken.
I thought about.
Kaneki is one of my favorite ones, but it's just like
I thought about. It,
the show did Kaneki bad.
Oh, the show did it. So.
The mom, if it wasn't for the show doing Kaneki bad, I think I would place him above Gintoki.
If we were
I also wanted to get from different genres too for my main characters. I didn't want to stay from like I got my shonen, I got my seinen, and I got a comedy.
I have no idea what all mine are. What
But
I like. Death Note's not shonen, is it?
no. Oh. It's supernatural.
Fairy Tail shonen?
Yeah.
Is it?
That's definitely shonen.
Well,
Bro, that has all the shonen.
yeah, I
fucking
know it is.
elements.
I just didn't know if it was
It's
or not.
all shonen, bro.
What's the first one? What I think is my first one?
I can't remember honestly. Remind him. Just
1
kidding.
second, I'll think of it.
Just kidding. He won't think of it because I don't even remember. Oh, you said oh no, you already said Natsu.
Natsu was the second.
Natsu, Light, and then you chose whatchamacallit? From Luffy, right?
I chose Luffy, yeah. So I chose two shonen, and then whatever you would call it.
Supernatural.
Death Note. I got
A supernatural psychological thriller.
Psychological thriller, yeah.
You know what one was actually a first psychological thriller that was really good was ID Invaded. You should check that out. You'd really like it.
I almost went with the Kami Got Killed. I almost went with the guy from Kami Got Killed. So I think he had a good arc. I think he had a good progression.
The issue is, with the Kami Gakko, it was a trash show.
It was a trash show.
It was
The anime,
absolute dog
the manga is awesome. I
The
still like
manga
the
is
anime.
still dog shit. It's
No,
it's literally for him. He's literally like the dumbest main character. character.
Oh, he is so dumb, but I think he.
I
think
can't
he's hysterical.
stand there's only one thing that came out of like Akame ga Kill that I could say that they did well, is they made one of the most hated people in all of anime. Sarah Ubiquitous. The girl Justice Girl is like, justice, 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 and had the fucking dog pet that would
That's
give her
the main
buttons.
villain girl.
No, that's Estes. Estes
Yeah.
was a dope ass villain.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I think Estes
Who
is one of the
Justice
coldest.
Girl? What?
The Justice Girl, Sarah Ubiquitous. But she like was she had the dog thing that followed her around and would eat her arm and give her fucking guns on her arm and shit.
Oh.
That dumbass, she's like, yeah, but for justice we're gonna kill everyone that's against us.
Yeah.
I fucking
Yeah.
that character was so stupid that it became one of the most hated characters. It's not even like she's really that big of an antagonist. No one just likes her. It's just no one likes her.
Because she sucks.
It's like there's no like thought in any of his characters. It's really his thoughts are so one-train basic. Like he literally made a Tatsumi for the enemy team. Wait.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, this is so stupid. Why are we getting like? Can you make up a new character?
I think he's
Can you
funny.
make up a new idea? Don't use the same fucking main character on the enemy team. That's so. I hate when people shonen. I hate when any anime does that.
Okay.
That pissed me off when they did that with Meliodas. And they're like,
I was
you want to
literally-
throw in
dude,
there?
that was
You
literally what I
want
was
to
gonna
throw in
ask
our
you.
brother? You know what they want to? You know what? We don't want to just throw in his brother. We're gonna throw in Meliodas and Shadow. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Get the
Shadow?
fuck out. The fucking what's his face? The fun Escanor. The shade of what Meliodas' strength. The one with the full physical counter.
Meliodas did fight Escanor. That was Meliodas.
No, the
demon
one
form.
that Escanor fought.
Well, Escanor did fight Meliodas, but I know you're talking about the clone.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, why did we need to clone a Meliodas too? Why? There was no reason for it.
No, but-
there was absolutely no fucking reason
But
for
the
it.
cool thing about that was is no one.
There was
realized
nothing
that-
cool about it. It was dumb.
No
The
one
only
realized-
cool thing about it was the entire fight scene because Escanor's a
Well,
fucking
Escanor's
badass.
awesome. But no,
That's the only cool thing that
No,
ever came
no.
out of that fight.
that's the cool thing is the demon lord made it so the devil, whatever it is, I can't remember.
I don't fucking know.
Made it
All I
so no
know
one
is
knew
that
it was-
Seven Deadly Sins is fucking retarded now.
Seven Deadly Sins is awesome. I still read to the end.
It
and I
is
still love it.
retarded.
No,
though.
it's so
I
good.
cannot stand that show.
The
It was so
animation
stupid.
quality
Also,
sucks.
Meliodas' character is absolute dog shit.
No, Meliodas
Listen,
is a
you can
great
literally
main
take
character.
away Meliodas' fetish of grabbing Elizabeth's ass, and the story would not change at all. It would not change any.
It's just a quirk.
Yeah, but if you can remove the quirk and it actually doesn't affect your character like temperament at all, then it's not a good quirk. I'm sorry. Hot take, Meliodas, garbage. Seven Deadly Sins, trash MCs.
No, I
But
didn't
they
think
do
that one.
have what
I didn't agree
what
with that.
Seven Deadly Sins did really well was they introduced some of the best friendships. Because the friendship between Meliodas and Vaughn is fucking phenomenal. I'd easily rate it within one of the top 10, like top 5 best friendships ever in anime. But I cannot stand that show at all.
No, the show sucks. The manga is much better.
I cannot stand the show. The manga's not really that much better.
The manga is amazing.
It's not really that much better,
I'm
man.
so sad.
It's just bad. I do not
No,
suggest
it's
ever
so
rating. It's bad.
I give it at least an 8 out of 10.
I give it like a 3.
No, it's.
I wouldn't even put it like a 2 or a 1. Like
No, it's
I'd give it it's a solid 3 because I slightly enjoyed it
It's
until
so
they
good.
got to like they tried doing so much. It was so bad.
It's so good.
But all right, who do you think is the most badass MC?
Guts.
See, normally I'd agree with you, but I
Okay, wait, so
I already have Guts.
wait.
I'm not including Guts because
No,
I already have
I-
Guts for my
I have a question. What do you describe what you mean by badass? Like how?
fight scenes, like accomplishments wise, like
Okay,
just
so
like
I don't know if I get.
oh,
I was
attitude too. Like
I was
you
going
get,
off attitude and personality and like the way they interact. With
yeah, but I'm also throwing in accomplishments because like there's some
I don't
accomplishments.
know if I would give Guts it on accomplishment.
Are you kidding? That man fought 100 men to 1 and won. You talking that's not an
I
accomplishment?
might not have made it that far.
Bro, what are you talking about? This is like the first couple chapters that he fought 100 to 1.
Are you
That was
talking
the
about,
first couple chapters.
are you talking about like the skeleton army that he
No,
fought?
no, he fought an actual human army, 100 to 1 and won. It's literally like why he got famous and why he got promoted to race leader.
He fought much farther than I am.
Bro, I've
That
read.
is not.
I have fully.
Dude, I've read the
This
first.
is literally. I'm literally rereading Berserk. This is in the first 30 chapters. I promise you.
Okay, you do realize. Okay, in the book, I have the two huge books.
Yeah.
And their chapters, it's only like 3 chapters in each. They
The first 30. Yeah, but I'm saying.
So I'm only 7 chapters in, but I've done 2 of those big books.
Yeah, like the
So
first.
I'm not-
It's within the first 30 chapters. I'm sorry. I always read online, so because I can't afford the
It
books.
is
sadly.
not-
I would support.
You
Don't
are
get me wrong.
not right.
I am pirating. Yes. But if I had the money to support the authors and buy the books, I totally would.
I love owning like the
100%.
big deluxe edition.
100%, I would own the books because I love like supporting the authors. That's the best way to support authors. If you guys have that money to go buy their books, please.
If
Support
I-
your authors all the way. Don't sit there and say like, yes, that's like if you're broke, I understand pirating. I'm the same way. But if you're not, if you can afford the books, go buy the books.
I would
Support your
say this.
author all the way.
I own all 27 Full Metal Alchemist books. If I had the money, I would own all 27 of them again in the hardback edition.
All right. So I do have a question then. We'll rephrase it. Well, I'm not going to do the badass character. That's a lot of choices. But
You never
who
gave
did
one-
you have the?
You never
Honestly,
did.
badass character wise, I think I would choose the main character from Aru Fureta, from Commonplace to World's Strongest, because I love his attitude change after he comes out of the labyrinth, and like once he gets sent down. I love his attitude change because
Okay.
he's just like, yes, I'm still gonna be nice, but I'm gonna be a badass while I'm being nice the entire time. Like I love
Okay.
it. I love it. I'm sorry. I love those edgy Teen Lords. I'm an edgy Teen Lord trash guy. I'm sorry. It's what happens when I watch like the most standard like stuff. But who do you think had the best character progression?
Out of every main character that we talked about, or
Mhm.
just all of them in general.
Yeah. Out of every main character. Who had the best character progression, you think?
Are we talking about like emotionally and mentally, or strength-wise? Because strength-wise,
Emotionally.
is like objective. Okay.
Emotionally. Character progression has nothing to do with strength. Strength does not count as character progression for me. It's about like how this character gets over obstacles, hurdles, and betters themselves.
Oh, there's so many choices. I would like to throw out the window most shonen characters because they just rely on friendship and doing whatever crap pops into their head.
I agree with you wholeheartedly on that
Shonen
one.
characters are
I was not going to
friendship.
choose a shonen.
Most shonen characters get thrown out the window. So like the one character that sticks out in my head obviously would be Light because he's a fucking genius.
Yeah, but he didn't really have character progression. He just
No,
had
that's what I
battle.
was going to say. He doesn't have character progression, but he overcomes all obstacles in his way. So like that, I was going off that, but he has no like actual emotional or character progression, which is one of the few things that kept him from being like a top tier, like #1 main MC.
I understand that.
I mean, I really, even if I wasn't rereading it, I'd say Aladdin is up there because he grows a lot from the way he starts at the beginning.
The issue with
But I wouldn't
Boggy,
say he's- I
the
wouldn't
issue with
say he's
Boggy
the
is I wouldn't say Aladdin's the main character. I'd say it's Alibaba more.
They're both. It's
The
well, you
issue
know,
is that's the issue with Magi is that the main character is so hard to sell in Magi. It's like what like I can't choose a main character for Soul Eater.
Oh,
Soul
no,
Eater,
exactly.
there's no way to. It has to be all 3 groups.
I would say it's specifically Soul and oh god, what's her name?
Maka.
Yeah.
No, Blackstar has better character progression than Soul and
No, I'm
Maka.
saying just MC wise, you have to pick.
Yeah,
one
no,
group
no,
that
you can.
But that's why I have.
That's the thing about Soul Eater. They did it from all 3 perspectives, so like
the
all
very
3.
first group you see is them.
Yeah, but like literally the next episode is Blackstar, and the
Yeah.
3rd episode is Death the Kid.
Yeah.
So like it's not like
But that's why I haven't brought up Soul Eater because it's a lot of
there's
different. So much
there's
going
not a
on.
main. I don't think there's a main character. Soul
No.
Eater. There's it's a main
It's
group.
the main squad.
Yeah, I do love Soul Eater. Don't get me
See,
wrong.
that's the thing. I think, but you okay, so the
But
way that
I
okay.
would actually choose Kim Kaneki because he went from you to badass motherfucker who would go like, you know what? I'm gonna break half the bones in your body. Like that character progression. And then when at the end of Re, when he came full circle, he's like, you know, at the start I thought my life was Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh, okay. Why do I always forget his name?
Bro,
Is that what his name is in the manga?
It's in the fucking anime too. It's Ken Kaneki.
It's so long time watching it.
It's
I read the
Kaneki.
manga. I just don't know why this does not sound
Bro, I love Kaneki. Like, I think he had one of the best character progressions. Like, you saw him go full circle. Like, you saw him go evil. You saw him literally go over to the out gear to gain strength. And you saw him come back, start going Re, go and storm the CCG and try to make the world a better place. And like that full character progression from all the way around from the start, from when he's just like a normal like nerd, a book loving nerd. That's what he is.
Yeah.
And he gets stuck in these situations. I love it. I love his character progression. And it's honestly, it was amazing to see him like evolve throughout his life until the end of Re. I loved it. And I love that he managed to finally find his happy ending. I truly love that.
I'm gonna do one from what you said. I'm gonna go Haru.
Haru?
Yeah.
I was debating on choosing Haru.
I think he has.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think
he
has
has one of the best.
most phenomenal character progressions out of any.
I agree
I've read.
wholeheartedly. Because I was really debating on Haru.
I'm gonna go
But
Haru.
my two thoughts were Haru and Ken Kaneki. And I'm just like,
I
love Haru.
I have reread Raid Master more recently than I've reread Tokyo Ghoul and say off the top of my head which one I prefer, so I'm gonna have to go with that one.
I love Kaneki just did such a good job for me.
Oh yeah, I
character
agree.
progression for it.
He is still an amazing main character. His
Oh,
progression
yeah.
is awesome.
Like, the anime does not do him justice.
No, the manga is so much better.
But, alright, so do you have a option? You got a question? Like,
Let's
number
put
one?
some NCs against one another and see who we think is the winner.
Like a death battle?
Yeah.
Oh god. Who are you
So,
Who's gonna be
we're not
interesting?
going to include Goku, just because there's a weird, Goku and Naruto introduce a weird.
Let's take out the big three for
No,
like
no,
the
no,
shonen.
because Luffy's only like continental. I was actually going to do.
No, I wouldn't say Luffy's Continental anymore.
Yeah, he is. He
Not
hasn't
nowadays,
even
I
tried it yet.
Wano. Oh, Wano.
Kaido's not even bigger than. No one in the world of One Piece is bigger than Continental. They're all like.
I'm just saying, like,
Continental.
the issue is that the One Piece world is way too awkward to really judge, because you can still be weaker and still win.
Yeah.
That's the One Piece world's too awkward for it to judge, and also like the big three shonen are obviously your Bleach, Dragon Ball Z. Oh, it's big four, I guess. Bleach, Dragon Ball Z.
I always forget Bleach. I just say Dragon
Bro,
Ball.
I love Bleach when it came out. Like, Ichigo was one of the most badass characters when he came out. I loved Ichigo. But then, like, he just got pushed off to the side. Like, Bleach peaked in the Soul Society. I've said it multiple times, I'll say it again. It peaked in Soul Society, and that's all. After that, it went downhill.
Okay, let's compete MCs from the same author against each other. Natsu versus Haru.
Haru, all the way.
Natsu at the end of Fairy Tail, you don't think it's
Nope.
Haru.
No. No way. Bro, Haru, my boy Haru, he could, Natsu can even beat Urza, who uses the same Ten Commandments that basically Haru does.
Natsu's considered one of the strongest in the world at the end of Fairy Tail.
Yeah, but Haru is the strongest in the world, not one of. He literally saved the world twice. 3 times, in fact. Well, how many times did Natsu save the world? Once. At the end of Fairy Tail, the only time I will ever consider that Natsu saved the world.
When they stopped the
Now-
Assyrian cannon from firing.
That's not saving the world, that's saving Tenro Tower.
No, that was set afire and destroyed like almost half of the world when it went off.
Was that during the fucking, the Devil one arcs? Like with the last Devil Guild?
That was when we first met whatever his name is.
Jalal?
Jalal, yeah.
No, they hit the tower, they finished right after the world, they hit Tenro Tower.
No, when the tower fired, it was gonna hit. When
It hit the
cannon
tower that
fired-
literally was able to power him in. It
Yeah, but
literally
the-
contained the strength
when
of the Aetherian
tower,
blast.
when the Athenian cannon exploded,
He
it hit the tower
literally-
they're in, it was gonna explode and destroy like half the world.
Yeah, but it didn't. That's the issue.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Saving that would be considered saving the world.
I don't. The issue is, it was right. I don't think it was going to destroy the world. The Aetherian cannon is not that powerful enough to destroy the world. It's not. It's strong. Don't get me wrong.
The
It's what.
Assyrian
It's
cannon is meant to destroy like a huge city off the face of the map.
a city, not the world.
No, but
The city
tower,
is not the equal to
the
the world.
tower it was
The
gonna hit
city
was
that
going
we
to-
are in is small as fuck
But
compared to the world.
the thing
That's what
is-
I'm saying. A city is not a world.
Okay, so
But Haru legit saves the world 3 times. Not just a city,
fairy
the
tale
fucking
the
world.
fairy tale world is significantly smaller than Earth.
Yeah, but the issue is, it's only a city. It would have destroyed Magnolia. Which
No,
isn't
it was gonna
much.
hit that tower they were in.
Yes,
filled
Tenro
with
Tower.
Assyrians.
I understand exactly
That
what
was
you're
going
saying.
to explode.
It's in the middle of the fucking sea, in the middle of
But it
nowhere.
still would have destroyed
It's almost like it would have actually caused that much damage. It would have killed a bunch of sea life. Like, there's no way it would have destroyed, quote unquote, half the world. The Ethereum cannon is not that powerful. Even if you were to use it as a charging battery, it was not that strong. It is not that strong enough to destroy the half
I
the world.
disagree,
I
but-
fully agree with myself because I know what I'm talking about. Listen, there's no way that I can sit there and be like, yes, I am catalyzing this one thing that could destroy a single city. Now it destroys that. That's just bad story writing. That's bad story writing.
It does
Hiro
not know
Mashima,
it's
that
because
is
it hit the
bad.
tower filled with Ethereum.
That is bad story writing. It's bad story writing. It does. There's no way that hey, we're summoning this Ethereum blast that's only powerful enough. You can't. There's the amount of like you're literally going up exponents to exponents in order to get that
It's
amount of power.
faded.
It's not faded. It's not going to destroy half the fucking world. Jalal does not have that kind of ability to be
It's
able
not
to.
the wall, it's the Magic Council that wants to fire the Ethereum cannon.
Jalal wanted them to fire.
Yeah,
Literally-
Jalal is
because
making them fire it
He
because he
literally
wants
was in the middle of the Magic Council telling people to fucking
I
fire
know.
it. Like, he literally was the one to get them to fire it. Yeah.
I know.
Like, Jalal is not that great of a super. Actually, he is a pretty good super.
Jalal is
He is actually was a really good villain. I
Jalal is a
I
good
think
villain.
I do take
Don't-
that back.
Yeah,
I do take that back.
You just said.
However,
Jalal is a
a lot of
great
the
villain.
other fucking fairy tale villains are just not
They're
impactful.
mediocre.
They're not impactful. Honestly, I think one of the worst things Fairy Tail ever did was bring Gray's father, Gray's father into, like, when they showed off Gray's father, that was dumb. When they were fighting at Tartarus, because his father was a member of Tartarus.
That's not great for the Black father.
No, that was Gray's father. No, I might be thinking of a different Garfield. It was where Gray, at the end, where he met his father, and he got the devil killing magic for the ice creation.
Oh,
Yeah, that's stupid
Tartarus?
shit. No,
I can't
that is
remember.
Tartarus, I'm pretty sure. Because you're thinking of the Ravenheart.
Ravenheart was Black's dad, yeah, because he was abandoned from Fairy. He was kicked out of
Yeah.
Fairy Tale.
But I'm just saying, like, that was dumb. I think we could have gone. He was literally just put there to give Gray power and then
Yeah,
die.
and then die.
And I'm just like, there's no impact
That's
on
a pointless power up in a.
that's what I hated most about Fairy Tail, is like, especially with like their training arcs, like, hey, Tenro Island, or whatever the fuck the island that they did the X-ray exam, where they just
Oh,
paid for
the
7 years, that was
Fairy Tail
stupid.
Sacred
That
Island.
was
Yeah.
stupid.
No,
I don't care.
I like that one.
Listen, hey, I disappeared for 7 years. I'm not even training in these 7 years. I come back. Hey, guess what? I'm on like your second origin, and now all of a sudden, all those 7 years that you were gone, you've got that power up now. I just gave it all to you. That's dumb as fuck, bro. At least any other training arc that's wasted for like a certain amount of time, they're actually training. It
They
makes
didn't
sense when
get
they
a power up in the 7 years.
Yes, no, that's what I'm saying. They did it, but then all of a sudden they come out in like second origin, and like
Yeah,
now they're all of a sudden
they
super
start
strong.
training.
That's dumb as fuck. That's second. They would not have been strong enough for the Grand Magic Games if they didn't get the second origin.
Well, that's the thing is they started training after that. But the thing is, the 7 years wasn't 7 years to them; it was second.
Yeah,
They just
that's exactly it. But that's the thing. Everyone else grew stronger in that time,
Well,
way
all
beyond
the-
their levels,
all the
until
other
they got the
skills,
second
yeah.
origin. And if it wasn't for the second origin, they would never have won the Grand
Well,
Magic
that's how you
Games,
keep
which is
making
why it was
characters
dumb.
relevant.
It was dumb. It was a pointless fucking, like, Tenro Island, for them to disappear for 7 years, was pointless. It was dumb.
Are
It was
you calling?
stupid.
Are you calling all time skips?
No, I'm calling that time skip specifically the most pointless fucking time skip of any anime. And Hiro Mashima, you should be fucking ashamed of that one.
No.
That is the one time skip I will look at and I sneer. I am in disgust by you. You physically make me want to
It was
shoot
a
my
good
fucking
arc
brain.
that led up to the disappearance.
I do like I love the arc going up to
Like
that.
Octo-
Because they faced
Axologia,
fucking
Octologia.
Grimoire Heart. It was no, they were facing Grimoire Hearts, and
Yeah.
Agnologia showed up at the end.
Is that how you say it?
Agnologia, yeah.
Okay.
But it's just like they didn't need to trap them away for 7 years.
No, it could have just been like 1 or 2. Yeah.
Like, and they didn't need to be like all of a sudden power up. Like they didn't. I would have rather I'd rather have had a training arc where they actually got strong in those 7 years.
They did train before the Grand Magic Games.
But the issue is that's not enough to gap 7 fucking years. That's not a big enough of a gap to be like, yes, 7 years later, now we're as strong as 7 years later. That is not a big enough gap.
It is when you.
It's not. It's dumb. It's stupid.
strongest
It's
in the
fucking
world.
retarded. You will not convince me any other way that that time skip
I will say it-
ever was good.
I will
That
say it
time
was
skip was the
lazy
most
writing.
pointless. That time skip's the most pointless time skip.
So
in
what's
the
a good
entire-
time skip?
Like the one from One Piece when they would disappear for 2 worlds after Marineford.
I should have excluded
You want to
that.
know why? Because they literally went off and trained for 2 fucking years and came back buff as fuck. Like it made sense. They took 2 years to fucking train.
I should have excluded that one.
It makes sense. Gus' training with his father, fucking intense. He's sitting there training every fucking day. It's not just
Didn't make
like
it that far.
that's literally in the first chapter. What are you talking about? It's in the first chapter.
That's not a time skip.
It literally goes from Guts training with his father, or his quote-unquote father, to literally him leading.
Or
the
are you talking about
fucking-
the guy who was just the leader of his like
Yeah.
camp that he was a part of?
Yeah, that basically fucking adopted him because.
I don't consider that a time skip. That's him from a
That's
young
no,
age to
no,
now.
that's
That's
no.
not a time
The
skip.
time skip from him to going to becoming the leader, the raid leader of the fucking what's the band called? Silver Phoenix. I want to say. I think it's the Silver Phoenix that it became that at some point, but the time skip after that, like you see like him polishing his skills, you understand how he got to be that strong. It was because of the fact that his father taught him how to fight, and all of his participation in the wars
I remember
up to
that.
that point.
I still don't remember
That's still a time skip, going from that point to current Guts. But that makes sense. That's a training arc.
But I just
for
meant
Guts.
from like current to more current. Like we're seeing the storyline in end here, and all of a sudden we're 2 years later.
Sandro had some. He was training for 6 months, a year on the mountain.
Yeah.
Training for the year on the mountain. Made perfect sense on how he did everything.
That's not bad.
Naruto, training Sage mode.
With
training
Jiraiya.
With Jiraiya.
I love Jiraiya. I love
like,
the Jiraiya skip.
like it's almost like training for a long period of time, and suddenly your strength's like mass produced. I don't mind that, but when you get a time skip for no reason, and then you just give them power ups for no reason, just because of the fact you had a time skip, is dumb. It's lazy writing. It's a bad writing style, and it made me hate Fairy Tail.
I love Fairy Tail.
I think Fairy Tail peaked in the Grand Magic Games. I
That
think that was the
after
best.
the time skip.
I think that was the best Fairy Tail ever looked. The issue is that entire lead up to that, where they were facing the Neo, Rashi on face, and then the second origin and all that bullshit, was so fucking retarded.
I love that.
I hated that.
I love Fairy Tail. You know what? I'm gonna reread it again. This will be my 4th time rereading Fairy Tail.
Like,
All 500 chapters.
it's just like, it's bad. It's just bad, lazy writing.
That part
It
is
pissed me
lazy,
off.
but-
It pissed me off so much that it really it disgusts me. It
Okay,
physically disgusts
we
me.
got away from what I want to do, which was MC versus MC, which was like 15 minutes ago.
We're just ranting on time skip.
So, I want to put
The time skip.
I want to
rant.
put like random MCs up against other MCs. So first we're gonna go. It's gonna be all of them in their like full power prime max version.
All right.
Meliodas versus. See, I wanted to do Luffy because I thought they were kind of equal, but you said no One Piece. So
Yeah, I'm just checking out like the big four. Like no Jigoku,
I don't
no
know who
Naruto, no Ichigo, and no Luffy.
let's see,
Who else?
who else is like relatively close to that power level that would make for a good fight?
Aladdin could take out fucking Meliodas.
At the end of at the end of that. Yeah.
Bro,
That's what I'm trying to find.
Aladdin's OP as fuck, bro.
Yeah, because he becomes fucking almost gone.
That's
Like,
because he already is basically a fucking god.
Well, he's one of the 4 magic. He's considered like a
But
god.
like,
But I'm trying to find someone who's relative to Meliodas to make a good fight. Alibaba?
no, Alibaba gets shit wrecked.
Sinbad. Oh no, Sinbad.
I think Sinbad would actually win.
Sinbad's the main villain against Aladdin at the end. Of course he would win.
Well, no, I think Sinbad would win against Meliodas.
That's what I'm saying. Of course.
Because of the fact that Sinbad he relies on his spirits, his genies.
Well, Sinbad also is just great at fighting. His
Yeah.
fighting skills are
Well, it's like Meliodas' thing is full like what magic counter, right?
magic kind of, he reflects it back on his
Yeah, but
power.
like
That's
Sinbad
double his power.
Sinbad will be like, damn, that's tough, bro. It's a shame that I have basically full immunity to my own attack.
Yeah.
Like, damn, that really sucks, bro.
I
Like,
thought
that's what I never
that.
understood about that. Like, if I'm training in a specific style, you think I would have built up a fucking resistance to it?
That style, yeah.
Like, it's almost like, hey, my lightning sword, probably I don't know, like, I should probably develop a resistance to thunder if I'm training in
Let's
this
try this. I
style.
think this is somewhat closer. Alibaba versus Tanjiro.
Tanjiro. I think Tanjiro would win. Reason
Alibaba at the
being,
end
I
of the
just
match,
don't
you
think.
is stronger than Tanjiro at the end of Demon Slayer.
See,
I know.
you haven't read the end of Demon Slayer. I have. I think Tanjiro would easily. Not after he fights Akaza, I think Tanjiro would beat the shit out of fucking Alibaba. You do not understand how strong Tanjiro gets. It's beautiful. I love it.
That's true. I haven't read the end of Demon Slayer.
You need to. It's
Let's
so
go-
good.
What about end of season 1 Tanjiro?
No.
against
No
Alibaba?
way.
Okay.
That's different. Like, he can't even beat Akaza.
Or end of the movie Tanjiro.
He couldn't even beat Akaza. Like, Alibaba could beat Akaza. I believe in that wholeheartedly. I've seen Akaza's strength. But, you know what? I think Natsu would beat Meliodas.
Oh, that would have been a good one. That's what I should have said.
I think Natsu would beat Meliodas.
But see, a lot of Natsu's attacks are magic based.
But the thing is,
Natsu has resistance to his own attacks.
yep. So
But that means
but
it comes down to a
he's
final.
also super fucking strong. Probably as strong as Meliodas is physically. I would
That's
put
the
them,
thing,
and
and
also at his final form at the end of Fairy Tail. Yes, I did read to the end. Surprisingly enough, I think Natsu would would beat Meliodas. I do not think Meliodas is that strong.
I don't think it would be easy. I do think Natsu would win. I think it'd be like a 4 out of 10 difficulty, a 4 or 5 out of 10 difficulty.
That's a pretty fucking easy win. A 4 out of 5, 10 for any shonen is pretty fucking easy, bro.
No, I think it needs to be at least a 2 out of 10 to be considered easy.
All right.
Because when I say 4 out of 10,
So
I'm saying
I wanna
like 4 out of 10.
I wanna actually switch this around a little. Who do you think would win in a battle of wits? Light Yagami or Lelouch Lamperouche from Code Geass?
Never watched.
Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't watch.
I'm not
You need to watch more shit,
I agree.
bro. Like, come on. I need you. Like, you know how Lelouch is, though. You've seen, like, you
I
understand.
have watched 3 episodes.
Yeah, but you know how smart he is, like, from like how I've explained. Like, he literally took over a fucking world. He took over the globe.
I'm gonna say this is obviously gonna be like very biased. I think if Light Yagami had his wait. I want to say
No,
this.
I'm saying this tactics wise, not like Light Yagami using his Death Note wise.
I'm
Like
not-
tactics,
I wasn't
like
using Death Note.
trying to outsmart each
I
other.
want to use Death Note.
Yeah.
I want to say one thing first. The ending of Death Note, I think, was fucking rushed. That is not how it should have ended.
I think it
I
should have
think-
ended after L lost.
I think the ending does not count. I'm taking it from the point where Light beat L.
Like I said, I will always say this. I think Misa should have killed Light, and that would have been a perfect ending.
That'd have been funny. That would have been happy with that.
That would have been such a perfect
I would have
ending.
been much happier with that, other than what's his
I
name.
would have. That
L's
literally would have been like such a.
assistant killing.
That
coming
literally
in.
would have been such a fucking flip, like
Yeah.
a plot twist that no one saw coming, and it would have made Death Note stand out so much more.
I would have been much happier with that than L's
N and M.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
coming in
M and N were dumb.
beating him in a year
But-
after L couldn't do it. And
2 years.
yeah,
But
no way.
I think
I
actually.
think Light would be better.
I think
Light.
Lelouch would win tactically. If Light didn't have his Death Note, I do not think he would beat Lelouch.
Well, the thing is, Light never commands an army. Like Light.
But Light has genius level tactics.
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
His ability to do diversions, I think, is on the same level as Lelouch Lamperouche.
I
My
think-
thing is, I don't think if
Okay,
they
what,
had- if they
what,
had
constitutes, what constitutes us winning here? Like we have to. Like,
who
what's
would
the-
be able to out strategize the other, like the final end game, because they're both not strong. One of them doesn't have the Death Note, and the other has absolutely
Like,
no
does
power.
one of
in
them
it.
have to die at the end to be out?
No, just like whoever, like if it's like a chess game. Say it's a chess game between the two.
I think Light. I think Light can hide himself until the very end.
I think
never be
Lelouch would win.
spotted.
Because I think Lelouch has a better overall strategy than Light. I think Light's very specific towards a certain target. If he once Light learns like Lelouch's like tendencies, Light would win. But the issue is if like they were just going up against each other without knowing, I think Lelouch would win because he's able to deal with more unexpected situations better than Light. Light's really great at planning beforehand.
Yeah.
If like
Yeah.
if you give time for Light to prepare and like study his opponent, he's gonna win.
He doesn't even need time. Like just
No,
a
no,
couple hours.
I do think he would need time to study Lelouch. Lelouch is that good and that much of a genius.
It's hard for me to say since I've never seen Code Geass.
Yeah, you need to. Honestly, Code Geass, like season 2 was so bad until the ending. The ending was so phenomenal that it literally brought up the entirety of Code Geass to a god level. It is still the greatest ending to any anime that I have ever watched. Hands down, bar none, there's not been a single ending that has made me more attached and turned such a bad season to a 10 out of 10. Like before, I put it at like a 3 or a 4 out of 10, but because of the ending, 10 out of 10 banger.
Okay, I'll ask you a question. Who do you think is one of the greatest swordsmen in all of anime or manga?
Are we talking technique wise?
Just general swordsmanship.
That didn't really like describe.
Yeah, like technique, the way they fight, just general, just like in general, who would you consider as one of like they don't have to be the strongest. They just have to be. They would win their fights because they're just that good of a swordsman. They might not be stronger than the opponent physically, but they're just a better like maybe they're better technically. They have better swordsmanship skills.
That's a tough one. I
I need to see who wins because my question is going to hinge on who you say.
Who do you think?
I can't say until you give me an answer because that's what my question
Wow.
is going to hinge on.
Well, I gotta think of this one. Keep talking in the meantime.
Okay. Well, my question is going to be a verse question. I don't know if I have an answer to my question.
Because I feel like you're just gonna pick Zoro, honestly.
I'm not going to pick Zoro.
And because I think Zoro's a trash swordsman, in all honesty. I think he's really good at using hockey.
I don't agree with that.
I don't think he's that great of a swordsman.
He has a very weird. That three-sword style is so weird.
If it was like that's the only thing he has. I don't think he's really that strong.
I'm not
swordsman.
thinking, but
Because like I haven't
I'm
seen
not
him
picking
like
Zoro, so.
I haven't seen like a moment where like Zoro was like actually a strong swordsman. It's just like he had more physical power than anyone else.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not picking Zoro though.
But
Although the character I'm thinking has very little feet. But I just want to. I'm trying to come up with versus questions. I'm just. If you say somebody who's like in a like completely different level, my question's out the window. But
there's only one swordsman that like there's one style of swordsmanship that I read in an anime that I would want to learn wholeheartedly if I ever got the chance.
Okay.
And that's Rurouni Kenshin's style. And Kenshin's Ito Magakuri, I think is his style. I forget his style name. But he's literally known as like the manslayer.
Yeah.
And like he was in the Shushingimi War in Japan in the Meiji Revolution.
I think that should be close enough to make my next question at least somewhat debatable.
I just think his sword style is beautiful.
Okay, so I think that should be good enough for my versus question. Who would win, him versus Mihawk?
Mihawk, sadly. The issue is Mihawk. Rurouni would never beat someone with extra superpowers.
Well, we don't know how strong Mihawk
is.
I
think no. That's what I'm saying. Like Rurouni Kenshin has no special powers. He's just a swordsman. If it was in like actual like pure sword fighting, like no hockey, nothing included, it was just swordsmanship, I think Rurouni Kenshin would win.
Really?
I think he would because of the fact that his specialty is a one strike. It would end after the first strike between the two. That's how it would go. Because either he's gonna use his Amagakuri, his special move for it, and end up he's either gonna win or he's gonna lose because after he uses it and if it misses, he's done for. He can't win because it physically immobilizes him after he's done using it.
Okay, but that's where I think Mihawk wins. I don't think
Yeah,
Mihawk
but
leaves the
I don't-
opening to get hit.
That's the thing. I think
And I'm not even taking
There-
observation
it's not
hockey into
even.
account.
It's not even like no. There's no hockey even being used.
Yeah.
Used. A pure swordsman's fight, I think Rurouni Kenshin would win in that one strike because that one strike is fucking overpowered. Like,
But
and
if
it,
he
it literally goes
But
against
if he can block it,
the
or
beautiful.
dodge,
Well, that's the thing is Mihawk sees his normal sword fighting.
yeah.
Rurouni
Well, no,
Kenshin.
he's not. He's
no.
used to hockey sword fight. He is used to hockey and double groups.
Yeah,
He's
but
fought
like.
everyone on the grand
But
line.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I think in the context of pure swordsmanship, his swordsmanship's not that skilled. Because his sword's too big and unwieldy to really stop Kenshin's speed. Rurouni Kenshin's speed's fucking inhuman.
But he fought Shanks and won. See, that's where I disagree.
I don't think. But he's fighting Shanks with hockey. He's fighting Shanks with hockey. We haven't seen Mihawk's sword play without hockey. I want to see it without hockey. I want to see him actually have a sword fight without hockey.
Well, you'll never see that in One Piece.
That's exactly
how
that's
it goes.
well that's my point. Like I
But
think Mihawk has a really strong hockey armament hockey. I think that
Well, we know that.
Yeah,
I don't know how good of
I think he has
observation
one.
hockey is.
I think he's one of the strongest in the world at using armament hockey.
Yeah.
Like he has the strongest armament hockey in the world,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think that's what's going to end up happening with him.
That's
But
how
if he's
he-
not allowed to use hockey against Rurouni Kenshin, I don't think he's going to win with that big
I
ass
still think
sword.
his speed is up there to be able to dodge
I don't think so.
or block.
The reason being is because of Rurouni Kenshin, that specific sword strike goes against all logic of sword
But if
fighting.
he's able to use his abilities, then Mihawk should be able to use his abilities too.
No, that's the thing. It's not superhuman abilities.
But
That's
it's
literally
skill.
his sword style. That's literally he's using his secret sword skill. There's no added like this is amazing. This is pure swordsmanship. Because the secret to Rurouni Kenshin.
Well, here's
Alright,
the
so
problem
here-
with that is because One Piece isn't done, we don't know if Mihawk has any like specific swordsmanship skills.
That's exactly it. That's why I can't say like Mihawk's gonna be strong. I've seen Rurouni Kenshin's fights. I've seen him
That's
only.
because Rurouni Kenshin's been done for a decade.
It's
or
not
whatever.
even. That's not even that. Like I've just seen like how he uses his sword, and I love the way that he uses it is beautiful. Like his swordsmanship, amazing, top tier. Like I think he would win against Mihawk in a bout of pure swordsmanship. If it's a bout of like, but it's gonna end after that first strike. If Mihawk manages to dodge or block the first strike, honestly, it doesn't even matter. He should not block the first strike. If you block the first strike, you're fucked. And that's literally the specific style, like because so there's when you draw a sword for strikes. When you draw a sword, you take a step with your right foot, the opposite of what your sword drawing, right? This specific one is instead of taking a step with your right foot, you take another quick half step with your left to add momentum and power, but it increases severely the chance of you getting slashed. Like, there's a reason why you draw across and not from the same side.
Yeah.
He's risking entirely to take that extra step.
Then I'm gonna say stalemate because I think Mihawk will hit in that one moment.
I don't think so. Because the issue is, if you block it, is the worst thing you can do. Blocking is the absolute
Why?
worst. The reason being, because Amaterasu is not a one-hit strike. It's a two-hit, because it's the first one creates a vacuum that sucks him towards in. So even if you block it, the vacuum's still there. You're still getting sucked towards it, and you still complete the rotation, and it goes in for the second flash. That all happens
Well, what if
within
he stops the sword with the first block?
It doesn't matter. The point of it being, like, it doesn't matter if he blocks it. Because Bruni, he's literally still slashing through, going around in a circle. Like, he knocks him up into the air, and then at that point, you're losing footing. You can't have a stable ground.
Like, what if Mihawk can stop his blade before he can turn around?
You can't. That's the thing. Even if he stops it, he loses. He has the that's literally the ability. That's literally the key to that. Is that you have to stop them from taking that one step. And Mihawk would not have ever seen that before in any swordsman, no matter who
Well,
they
yeah,
are.
it's a specific sword skill, but I still think he's a good enough swordsman
I do not think so.
to at least, okay, he might not stop it, but I think he's good enough to at least hit in the opening and they both go down.
I do not think he would win. I'm definitely agreeing that there's no way that Rurouni Kenshin's getting out there, like Himura Kenshin's getting out there without being injured, but
I'm gonna say stalemate.
I
won't say Mihawk wins, but-
think Himura Kenshin will win.
I don't think that can be a question we come back to in 5 years when One Piece is over and we've seen Beats forever.
I don't think the issue is like we're never gonna see anyone without hockey anymore. Like,
Well,
there's
no.
no more pure swordsmanship, like, between Zoro and, like,
It's still
fucking
swordsmanship. Like, if
Oh,
I,
there's a difference between, like, I'm saying pure swordsmanship.
it is
It's not
still
pure.
swordsmanship.
It's not pure swordsmanship. No, it's not pure swordsmanship when you're adding in Haki.
You don't
You're
think
adding
Face versus Whitebeard is still a level of swordsmanship on their part, even though
No,
it's Haki?
I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm saying it's not pure.
Well, no, it's not pure.
That's
but
that's the entire. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying pure
I
swordsmanship.
understand that.
Pure swordsmanship. All the One Piece characters do not have any sword skills. Like, no offense, Zoro's like this would never fucking
I'm
work
not
in real
saying
life.
I said Zoro's bad.
It
I'm
would
not,
never
I'm
work
not
in
saying
real
he's
life.
Zoro. I'm not saying he's Zoro.
Mihawk's giant ass sword, it's not feasible in real life to swing a sword that fucking big, unless it's a broadsword. Like, I'm sorry.
What about his little dagger that he beat Zoro with?
Bro, I don't think he's gonna use a dagger against a real sword.
No.
Like, if he's fighting a sword match, he's using his real sword.
Okay, then what about Shanks? Shanks doesn't use a sword that big. Shanks
Bro.
uses just a long sword.
Shanks uses hockey and everything that he fucking
Well,
does.
Shanks is one of the strongest. I don't care what everyone says. I think Shanks is probably the strongest hockey user in the world.
I think he's the strongest Conqueror's hockey user in the world.
Okay, yeah, that.
There's a difference in the strongest hockey user, though.
Yeah.
I think Mihawk's gonna be the strongest armament hockey user.
No, Kaido is 100%. And
I don't know.
You're not up to date.
I'm not.
I
But
think
I
Kaido
don't
is-
think Kaido's gonna be. I think Mihawk's gonna have a stronger armament hockey. The issue is, I don't think Mihawk's observation hockey is really that
Oh,
good.
yeah, I'll give you that one. Katakuri's observation hockey.
It's fucking
Whole
overpowered.
fucking different level. And Luffy should
God.
not have won.
Katakuri should have. He's like, Katakuri was such a good villain. I love Katakuri.
That's such a good fight. I mean, that's one of the few One Piece fights I've watched on YouTube multiple times.
That's
Such
one
a
of
good
those
fight.
fights that I'm just like, that was beautiful. Like, so well executed. I loved watching that. I could watch that for hours.
It's so good.
Like,
Even Luffy versus Doflamingo. That's a good fight too.
bro. Honestly,
It's
you
like
can-
One Piece
you
is
can
good or
literally-
something.
You can literally pick out any fight, like main fight for like any of the arcs that came after Marineford, and they're all amazing.
Even Marineford is so good.
Bro, even Luffy versus Virgo,
Yeah.
was fucking phenomenal.
Luffy and Impel Down versus like the
Oh
British.
my god, it was fucking amazing.
It's like One Piece gets better as it goes on. as
It's
we've
like
stated
One Piece
multiple
hasn't
times.
reached its peak yet. It's almost like each fight just gets
Each
continually
arc
better.
just gets considerably better and better all the time.
Oda is a god among men, and we're just gonna end this podcast at Oda's a god. So you know how to do: like, subscribe, follow me, follow your boy Tom Bombadillo, YouTube.com, and
Playing Far Cry 6 right now.
yeah, when are we gonna do the Borderlands 3 playthrough together? Yeah, whenever
At
we
some
decide
point.
on that point. But you know what? Check us out. You know, join the Discord. Link's gonna be in the description below. And you know what?
I'm
That's all I had
so-
to say. But deuce.
I'm so